A silent salute for fallen colleagues. New York City police pay tribute to two men ambushed and killed in Brooklyn. Deep grief mixing with deep anger today in New York. We're live there to find out why so many officers are blaming the mayor. Also ahead, joy after months of terror. Kurdish fighters in Iraq say ISIS is on the run from Mount Sinjar. We have the latest on this symbolic and strategic victory. And Tunisia edges towards a fully fledged democracy. The birthplace of the Arab Spring is choosing a president today. But why are so many young people not voting?
This is the hour we connect the world.
Hello and welcome, I'm Lynda Kinkade. New York City police officers are united in grief. A day after two of their own were shot and killed in an ambush. Officers Weijiang Liu and Rafael Ramos were just sitting in their patrol car when police say a man walked up to them and opened fire. The shooter, Ismail Brinsley, was later found dead inside a nearby subway station. Police say he shot and killed himself. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio condemned the shooting as an attack on the entire community.
Although we are still learning the details, it's clear that this was an assassination. That these officers were shot execution style. Particularly despicable act, which goes at the very heart of our society and our democracy. When a police officer is murdered, it tears at the foundation of our society.
The city's police union has accused Mayor de Blasio of putting the officers' lives at risk by supporting recent protests against police brutality. Now, for the latest, we're going to Alexandra Field, live in New York. And Alexandra, the police union claims the New York City mayor has blood on his hands. At the hospital, we saw police turning their back on him as he walked through after meeting families of the slain officers. Can you explain why?
Yeah, strong words and really strong images, Linda, and they speak to the tension that we've been seeing unfold, play out back and forth between the police officers union, the patrolmen's union, their largest union, and the mayor over the last couple of weeks. And all of this sort of came to the surface in the wake of the death of Eric Garner. He was the man who died after a chokehold from police. A grand jury decided not to indict him. After that, we saw protests sweep across this city. The mayor made a number of comments supporting protesters' rights to be out protesting. And of course, they were out there protesting police tactics. So a lot of police felt that he was supporting the protesters and not supporting his own force, the 35,000 NYPD officers. As a result of that, we saw a couple of bold moves being taken. The police officers union circulating paperwork where members could sign it and request that the mayor would not attend their funerals if they were killed in the line of duty. So there has been this back and forth tension. Now you've got the death of two officers. The mayor was at the hospital meeting with the families of both of those victims, but some police officers, you saw them turning their backs, just really speaking to the tension between the union and the mayor, and this question of how supportive the mayor has been of the force and how supportive he'll be now, and those really inflammatory words suggesting from the head of the police officers union, the patrolmen's union, that the mayor has blood on his hands because of what has happened over the last couple of weeks in the city, because of the support that's been given to protesters demonstrating against police here, Linda.
And what can you tell us about the victims, the slain police officers? I understand one was a father of a 13-year-old, the other just newly married.
Wenjin Liu, he was a 7-year veteran of the police force. He was married just a couple of months. Officer Ramon Robles, also out there, father of a 13-year-old. These two officers were sitting together in their patrol car. Police say that they probably never even saw the suspect coming, that he just walked up to the police car. They say that he fired several shots into the window of the cruiser, shooting both of them in the head. They were both pronounced dead when they arrived at the hospital. But, you know, an attack that police feel that they had no warning of. They could not have prevented. They probably had no time to react.
Alexandra Field in New York, thank you very much. Turning now to Iraq, where Kurdish Peshmerga fighters say they've regained control of a large part of the city of Sinjar and surrounding areas. That's in northern Iraq, where a deadly assault from the terror group ISIS caused thousands of minority Yazidis to flee to Sinjar mountain in August. According to the Kurdistan Regional Security Council, Peshmerga fighters carried out the single biggest military offensive against ISIS on Thursday. They say ISIS fighters have retreated towards the Syrian border in large numbers. A Peshmerga source says fighters officers are now going from house to house to check for booby traps left by ISIS. They also say the Yazidis will be able to return over the next month.